Travis.
Yes, Kevin.
What do Dolph Ziggler, The New Day, and John Cena's ability to backflip have in common?
Oh, I already know, but tell the people.
None of them were on SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were non-existent this week on SmackDown.
Also along with like Baron Corbin, the Hype Bros, Ty Dillinger. A lot of people not on SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
Tamina, and Lana.
Damn, no Lana.
Yeah.
But despite all that, it was a decent episode of SmackDown.
It was!
Sure as hell wasn't Raw.
No.
We open up with the United States Championship match. I didn't think this was actually going to happen, but it did.
You weren't convinced at all.
No, I was not.
It happened, and it was another good match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
They're two really good wrestlers, so the matches aren't going to be bad.
Yeah.
I
wasn't thrilled with the finish.
The finish, no, it's...
Because I'm getting real tired of this.
It's WWE's...
It's their new go-to.
WWE's favorite thing now is to... Rather than to even just to say, you beat me, but I don't like that, so I want a rematch. Now their way of go-to to get another rematch is to have just a screwy finish.
Most notably, the ref didn't see my shoulder was up.
Yeah.
Because that's happened...
Like 18 times
At
in the last
least
year.
10 times in the last couple of months.
Seems like it.
But yeah, despite that, the match was fantastic. But yeah, the referee ended up getting clocked in the face.
Apparently in the eye.
Yeah, because Owens went for like a straight punch on Styles, and Styles ducked. And when Owens swung through, he punched the referee in the face. So technically, AJ should have won by disqualification. So the pinfall wouldn't have mattered anyway. But, for the sake of the storyline, there was a couple of super kicks, and...
Well, a referee can also give leniency on an accidental one.
True, and I guess it was a championship match, so yeah. But anyway, AJ ended up doing like a roll-through pin, like a wheelbarrow style, into a roll-up, and the referee, who was half blind, Mike Chioda, counted the 3, but Owens' right shoulder was up the whole freaking time. And so he was none too happy. He watched the replay. He stormed to the back. He started trying to beat up Mike Chioda. Both Daniel Bryan and Shane are telling him to calm the fuck down.
He's saying, "Don't touch me, goat boy."
So he starts... Yeah, he shoves Mike Chioda, and Shane's like, "Hey, the last thing you do here is you put your hands on an official. So you need to calm down right now."
Yeah, whatever you do, don't touch the official. Guy who just punched the official on accident.
Yeah. Or anyone who beats up herds of zebras while trying to beat up their opponent. Don't ever touch an official.
Yeah, they're made of glass.
So calm down. I'll give you a rematch at SummerSlam. And Kevin was like, "Yeah, I want a referee that's not going to get knocked down by a gust of wind. I want a referee that's going to be able to see and make a decision." And Daniel Bryan's like, "Yeah, you know what referee I'm going to give you?"
We're just going to put weights in the referee's shoes and give him some goggles.
The referee's just like, "Ooh," the whole time. But
there should have been like a thing with all the referees lined up and Daniel Bryan walking across them with like a fan.
Whichever
one is the least wind resistant.
Yeah, whichever one doesn't fall down, that's the one that gets to call the match at SummerSlam. But no, Daniel Bryan had a better idea because there's a special guest referee and it's going to be Shane. And Shane went, "Alright."
First Shane was like, "What?" And then Kevin Owens goes, "No, Shane will be a crappy referee." And then Shane goes, "Fuck you say? I'm going to be the best referee."
Shane's like, "Daniel, really? No, I'm cool with it." And so, yeah, so now Kevin Owens is slightly upset that Shane is the special guest referee. But Shane said it's either he's the special guest referee or he doesn't get a title match. So he's getting a title match. Then the Usos decided to show everybody their rap skills.
Yeah, or their slam poetry.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it could be slam poetry. They just ran down the New Day after they beat the shit out of them last week.
They did a fake New Day intro.
That was good, because it people were still going with it, and then when I can't remember, clap for your broke down tag champs and feel, and everyone went, oh, it's not the New Day. It was Jay. It was not Big E.
Yeah. I mean, I knew who it was by the time he's in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
it was still,
the crowd just gets too excited for Big E.
But speaking of Cleveland was on fire tonight.
Yeah, they had a really good crowd.
A great crowd.
I loved it.
Totally into both shows. Much appreciated. But yeah, the Usos talking trash. So we're going to be getting that rematch at SummerSlam. Most likely.
Yeah.
Then we had Fashion Peaks.
Yeah.
This might have been the most bizarre episode of the Fashion Files.
Dun, dun.
I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to because I didn't watch Twin Peaks. You were trying to explain it to me.
It was weird. It was bizarre. They were definitely trying to go Twin Peaks-esque, but I feel like when you're heading in this direction, you're going so far that even if you're doing it to the best of your abilities, it's still not going to translate well.
Yeah. It was a very bizarre segment with the Ascension and Connor put maple syrup on a log and and Fandango was dressed like mariachi Fandango.
And he poked his finger on a rose.
Yeah, he was the whole the Latin lover Fandango thing again, and Victor just stood there teeth chat. It was weird. It was very weird.
Their voices were all distorted and backwards.
But apparently now, Breeze knows who took Fandango.
Apparently.
So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, weirdly enough. I also liked the whole using the voice recorder bit.
Yes, that was funny.
It's like I could have just called you, but decided to use this voice recorder. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to get this to you. It's going to take a couple days, but I don't know how mail works.
We had Aiden English beat Sami Zayn. What the fuck? I mean, Aiden English has now beat Ty Dillinger and two of the biggest baby faces to come out of NXT.
Sure.
Aiden English has beat them both.
Hashtag push Aiden English.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Aiden English is great. Match wasn't very long.
No.
Which, I mean, was alright. We ended up doing a roll-up where he was on top of his leg, so he added some extra weight, won the match. And then the Canelli came out and said, Sami Zayn, we love that you lost. So they're still running with Zayn versus Canellis. Then we had a women's tag team match. We had the #1 contender, Natalya, teaming up with Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella, to take on the champion, Naomi, and Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
A decent little tag team match.
Yeah.
This one didn't last very long either.
No, Becky seemed to tweak her knee pretty early on in the match.
Yeah, hopefully she's alright. But she ended up getting the hot tag to Naomi, and so we had a little run through there. Naomi was close to tapping out, because Natty had her pretty deep in the sharpshooter for a bit, but Naomi was able to get to the ropes, at which point Carmella blind tagged herself in. Natty didn't like it very much. She tried to lock in the Code of Silence. She almost did. She was just trying to reach back and grab the foot, but Naomi was able to transition that into her own legged full Nelson Anaconda Vice submission thing that she still doesn't have a name for. But it was a cool transition, and she made Carmella tap out as
with a step over glow hold face lock. The SGF.
The glow hold.
The SGF.
All right, I'm okay with that. And Becky stopped Natty from getting involved. So yeah, good things for the lady faces.
Sure.
Lady faces. Then we had Rusev versus Chad Gable.
Yeah. These guys had fun, I think.
Yeah, I mean, initially going in, I was like, oh man, I feel bad for Gable. Rusev's just going to tear this kid apart. But Chad Gable ran all over Rusev.
Yeah, we spent the first 3 minutes watching Chad in multiple ways try and take down Rusev.
He thought he was back in the Olympics.
But Rusev has a good size advantage over Chad Gable. They're similarly built.
Yes.
Just Rusev is taller and wider.
Yes.
Uh,
a hefty boy to try and take down.
Eventually, he would get Rusev down, and quite a few times in the match he took Rusev to school.
Yeah, like hucking him over his head in belly-to-belly form.
Yeah, almost like trying a Three Amigos with the belly-to-belly
Yeah.
suplex.
Rusev stopping the third
I guess
one,
it's like
unfortunately.
just the three friends.
The three friends, because he's not Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was amazing seeing like them doing more with Chad Gable. In the end, though, still putting Rusev over. But it was Rusev because Gable worked the leg really well.
Yeah.
With the I don't even know what. I was like the knee breaker or whatever it is. But yeah, he took that and then he was working the submission a lot, which kind of threw Rusev off for a little bit, but eventually Rusev was able to hit his big jumping kick and then lock in the accolade and make Chad Gable tap out.
Yeah. Everything kind of went downhill after he wasn't able to complete the rolling German.
Yeah, he tried. That would have been pretty awesome if he actually hit that on Rusev. But then Rusev got on the microphone and said, "You know what, John Cena, yeah, he won a Battleground. He got to wave his little flag around, but he didn't actually beat me. I'm Rusev. No one can beat me. Everyone's afraid to fight Rusev. Except Randy Orton, apparently.
Yeah. And he's like, you never beaten me before.
And I'm not afraid of you."
And then Rusev's like, get in the ring, duck my clothesline, RKO.
Boom! And now we're getting Rusev versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. I'm okay with this. I'm excited to see where it goes.
I kind of hope it doesn't actually go anywhere.
No?
I don't know, I long for the days where sometimes even on pay-per-views, matches just happen at random.
That'd be nice. I just meant like the build in the next couple weeks before SummerSlam. Not necessarily pushing past, but...
It's going to be repeatedly, Randy Orton, I'm not afraid of you, you can't beat me, random RKO out of nowhere.
With one accolade to give Rusev a little bit of fucking hope.
No accolades.
No?
No hope.
No?
Orton gives no fucks. He will RKO him out of the accolade.
I want to see that happen.
Watch.
Then we move to our main event, number one contender to face Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship.
And boy, oh boy, I'm glad John's still alive and walking.
First off, this was a great showing for Shinsuke. Shinsuke got to...
All of Shinsuke's showings are great showings.
But this felt like...
They're big showings.
That's on Raw, shut up. I felt like out of all the matches he's had on the main roster, I felt like this was the best of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
He got to show more in this match than he's gotten since he moved up, and I applaud Cena for, putting him over through most of it, but Cena still getting his shit in, which was nice. It was a very competitive match, lots of pinfalls. Both guys assuming that they had it. Shinsuke even being able to kick out of the first AA.
Yeah.
Which was shocking. And then, there were a few times where wasn't really sure how it was going to go. But then John got a little cocky. He hit the second AA and thought, fuck it.
It's not him getting cocky.
No?
This move is John Cena. This is John's go-to when he knows one AA isn't good enough. He has to chain two of them together to make it work.
Okay. That's fair. Because he probably would have kicked that anyway, because after he rolled through and set up for the third one, Shinsuke slid off of his shoulder and went for that wonderful inverted exploder we've seen so many times This one didn't quite work out as well.
Wonderful is not the way I would describe this one.
No.
Wonderful is the idea that John Cena can walk after that.
Yes. Because John Cena landed on his motherfucking head. And kind of his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then he got a Kinshasa. And Shinsuke is going to SummerSlam to face Jinder Mahal. And then we were relieved to see that John Cena could still stand. He raised Nakamura's hand. And that was the end of Smackdown Live. Great episode. Then we moved on to an equally decent episode of 205 Live.
Yeah.
Where we opened up with Jack Gallagher getting ruthless on Brian Kendrick. Usually, Jack Gallagher is the kind of guy who will give his opponent some space. He likes the competitive one-on-one match. Not so much this time because he gave no fucks about Brian Kendrick and continued to stomp him and got himself disqualified. And then, as if that wasn't enough, Jack Gallagher then proceeded to beat up Brian Kendrick all over the ringside area.
Brian had to crawl over the guardrail and through the crowd to escape.
Yes. Otherwise, he was going to get whacked with William III.
Yeah. This is probably like William VI by now.
True, they have broken quite a few.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Then we had a very interesting backstage segment with TJP, Rich Swann, and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, they're going to have a match next week.
Yeah.
Without Ali.
Yeah, no. Ali was there playing video games with Rich. TJ came in, talked some shit. They talked a little bit back and forth. They made the match.
They flirted.
Essentially. And then they decided, let's play a video game. So they did.
Yeah, like...
That was the weirdest part.
It's such an anticlimactic finish to, I challenge you to a match next week. Alright, yeah. Now let's do something friends do.
Yeah. Well, they're really trying to put out... I think it might be a ruse.
No, it's a total ruse.
You think so?
It is the rusiest.
Of ruses?
It's almost so much of a ruse, you could call it Rusev. He's going to use it to crush Rich Swann.
Oh. Alright.
Either because he has a crush on Rich Swann. I'm not convinced that he doesn't at this point.
He has a machka on Rich Swann.
Yes, he does.
Then we had Tony Nese versus Grand Metalik.
Hey,
Tony
Grand Metalik's
Nese
on TV.
Tony Nese, man. His shit talking.
Tony Nese.
Tony Nese. His shit talking is so much fun.
Yeah.
Whether it's just him standing on the ramp and showing off and counting his muscles, or if it's just him talking shit on the microphone. He's good. The guy has a fucking mouth on him, and it's great. Cause he's a genuine asshole.
Yeah.
But then you have Grand Metalik,
Whose mouth is showing now.
which apparently really bothers Kevin Hawk. I don't understand why it
If
bothers
it
him
ain't
so
broke,
much.
don't fix it.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Looks weird.
Anyway.
Change is bad.
I don't like change. No, they had a fantastic match. It's always fun to see.
His new theme song is cool though.
Yeah, it's always fun to see Grand Metalik. I guess that's the one upside to him only coming in like once every 3 months. It's like, oh yeah, Grand Metalik, he's fucking awesome. Because we get reminded that rather than every single week.
And how awesome was Tony Nese the baseball slide through Metalik's legs?
With the acai moonsault.
Yeah, with Metalik hitting a springboard moonsault to the outside simultaneously.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
The timing could not have been better on that.
Yeah, no, that was one of the many great things they did. I mean, Grand Metalik is always on point with this stuff. His little diving board crossbody was great. And then, Tony Nese still being a genuine asshole through the entire match.
Yeah.
Using the gut buster to really work over the core.
Yeah, he
of
was
Grand
basically
Metalik.
the ribs and torso the whole match.
And then Grand Metalik wasn't helping himself by hitting moonsaults and crossbodies
Yeah.
by using that
a lot
area.
of torso-related offense.
And so Grand Metalik went for something in the corner, and Tony was able to kind of like...
he kicked him in the leg.
Well, he popped him up onto the second rope,
Yeah.
and Grand Metalik wasn't able to go into whatever move he was going for because Nese kicked the leg out from underneath him, and that sent him crashing to the mat. He backed to the corner and got hit with the running Nese, and Tony Nese defeats Grand Metalik, which might mean we get Grand Metalik back. Maybe.
Don't get your hopes up.
I'm trying not to. I just really like seeing Grand Metalik.
It's nice to have somebody new feeling on 205 Live.
Yes. Yes, it is. And then we had our main event, another number one contenders match. Akira Tozawa versus Ari Daivari. The winner faces Neville at SummerSlam.
It's almost as if they planned out that SmackDown and 205 Live were both going to end with matches to determine who were going to face the champions of their specific divisions at SummerSlam.
Funny how that works sometimes. Fantastic match between these two as well. I love that Daivari is getting a little bit more of a serious push.
Yeah.
He's not just kind of there. He actually legitimately feels like a contender.
Could have been a contender.
Neville was staring blankly at the TV the whole time.
Yeah, he cut a Dead Soul promo before the match.
Neville didn't want
He genuinely looked like he wanted to leave or was gonna cry.
It's a little known fact, Neville hates Cleveland. He cannot stand Cleveland, and when he has to be there, he just gives no fucks. Cleveland sucks the soul out of Neville. But yeah, he watched...
Johnny Gargano.
What? Oh yeah, he is from Cleveland. He also hates The Miz and Dolph Ziggler.
Yep, he hates all of them.
All of them.
All the Clevelandites.
Yeah.
Clevelandians? Clevelanders?
I don't know.
Clevedonians? Cleveshans.
If you're from Cleveland, let us know what you guys are called down in the comments. But yeah,
Cleveland.
Tozawa versus Daivari, a very vocal match. Both guys making lots of noises.
Yeah, a lot of grunts, a lot of screams, a lot of yells, a lot of roars. Not a whole lot of it are actual words.
No. Really good work. Still using the injury as a point of attack for Daivari. But eventually, Tozawa just goes into fucking rage mode. Fights off Daivari. Finally hits his suicide dive. Tosses Daivari back in. Hits the top rope senton. And Akira Tozawa is going to SummerSlam.
Yeah. He's going to fight Neville now.
So now we have all but one championship match. The Intercontinental title is the only title that so far isn't on the line at SummerSlam. We might as well call it SummerSlam Night of Champions. Because every belt is on the line. Of course, it's going to be 6 hours long. So.
Well, we don't have a Raw Tag Team Championship match set, do we?
Not yet.
Not yet, but it's probably going to be
yeah,
Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Sheamus.
Unless they decide to back off of that and then do a triple threat between the Hardys, the Club, and the Revival.
I think you're going to do both, to be honest.
Which I'm cool with. But we will find out all that shit on Raw. This is the end of Tuesday Night Live. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links down below.
There's a lot of links.
Like a podcast.
That's one of the links.
And Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's Reasonable to W.
Like wrestling. And on Reasonable Wrestling Fans, and on the podcast, and on this YouTube channel, there'll be brand new stuff throughout the week, because the podcast, you get all of our reviews. Over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans, you're going to get 2 brand new punishment videos. And over here, we still got the midweek wrap-up, plus a top 5 for the month of July. So look forward to all that stuff.
Julie.
But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. Fuck. Whatever I was mad at earlier.
Yeah. Check out his Dalton Castle shirt.
Space one.
ProWrestlingTees.com/Dalton Castle.